All right, let's dive right in. Today, we are embarking on a truly fascinating journey into the world of conscious sleep. We are talking about how to actively hack our own dreams. People have been absolutely obsessed with this idea for thousands of years, and today, we're breaking down the foundational practice that makes the whole thing possible, the reality check. So get ready, because this explainer is your complete guide to literally waking up inside your own mind. Now, before we start checking reality, we need to pin down exactly what we're trying to achieve here. Think about a normal dream. Your brain accepts absolutely everything as completely real, right? You could be flying over a mountain or, having a casual conversation with a fire-breathing dragon, and your mind just doesn't question it. It treats those totally bizarre events as everyday facts. But a lucid dream? That is entirely different. A lucid dream happens when your critical, reasoning mind suddenly switches back on while the dream is still happening. You realize, wait a second, I'm asleep. It's an extraordinary state where conscious thought and the dream simulation are existing at the exact same time. Okay, here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll start with the history and science, look at the mechanism, open up the toolkit, uncover the mindful secret, and finally go over building the habit. Let's hit section 1, history and science. From ancient roots to modern discoveries. It's really vital to understand that lucid dreaming isn't just some modern internet trend. Humanity's understanding of this has evolved beautifully over centuries. In ancient times, Tibetan Buddhist practitioners developed dream yoga, using intense meditative focus to recognize the dream state for spiritual insight. Fast forward to 300 BC, and Aristotle was already writing about moments during sleep when the mind recognizes it's dreaming. By the 1800s, early researchers like the Marquis de Hervey de Saint-Denis were actively documenting dream control. But the massive scientific breakthrough? That happened in the 1980s. A researcher named Stephen LaBerge actually proved this was real in a Stanford sleep lab. See, our eye muscles aren't paralyzed during sleep like the rest of our body, so LaBerge trained lucid dreamers to specific left-right eye movement signals the exact moment they woke up inside a dream. He proved they were conscious, while the brain monitor showed they were 100% still asleep. What's really interesting about what is physically happening inside your head here is just mind-blowing. During a normal REM dream, a region of your brain called the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, or the DLPFC, which handles logical reasoning, is basically taking a nap. It's mostly offline. That's why the dragon makes perfect sense to you. But during a lucid dream, that DLPFC region reactivates. Brain scans literally show a massive increase in gamma wave activity, which is tied to higher-level thinking. You aren't just asleep, and you aren't fully awake either. Your brain has created this unique, highly measurable hybrid state. Moving on to section 2, the mechanism and how this all works. So the big question is, how do we force that dormant prefrontal cortex to wake up while our body stays out cold? The engine powering this entire process is something called prospective memory. Usually when we talk about memory, we're talking about recalling the past, but prospective memory is all about the future. It's remembering to perform a specific action later on when a specific condition is met, kind of like remembering to buy milk when you see the grocery store sign. Reality checks train this exact system. We're associating waking triggers with the action of questioning our reality, so that the habit fires off automatically later on in the dream. I love this analogy because it brilliantly illustrates the concept. Think of it like training a guard dog. You don't start training the dog on the day your house gets robbed, hoping it just figures it out, right? No, you train the dog every single day during the calm, totally predictable conditions of normal waking life. You build that habit until it is completely instinctive. That way, when the chaos and unpredictability of a robbery, or in our case a dream, suddenly kicks in, the dog, or your brain, just fires off that trained habit without you even having to think about it. All right, section 3, the toolkit for testing your reality. Now, before you just go picking a technique, you have to understand the fundamental difference between waking physics and dream physics. In your waking life, physical laws are incredibly strict. Text stays exactly how it's printed. Your palm is solid matter. But a dream is a generated simulation. And honestly, your brain's graphics engine is a little bit glitchy. When you test a dream, text shifts and scrambles, matter melts or passes through other matter, and gravity pretty much turns off. We are going to exploit those exact glitches. So here are the most reliable techniques you can use. The absolute gold standard is for sure the nose pinch. You pinch your nostrils totally shut, close your mouth, and try to breathe. In waking life, impossible. But in a dream, since you aren't using your actual physical body in bed, you will often breathe perfectly normally right through your pinched fingers. the sheer jarring impossibility of that instantly wakes up your critical mind. You can also try pushing your index finger through the palm of your other hand. In a dream, it'll often stretch or melt right through. You can read a line of text, look away, and look back. In a dream, it almost always scrambles into gibberish. Mirrors will distort your reflection, light switches often fail to change the room's lighting, and if you do a small jump in a dream, you might just find yourself floating gently down to the ground. To make these techniques actually work, though, you have to execute them using this exact 4-step sequence. Step 1, you encounter a trigger in your day. Step 2, you actually pause and genuinely question your reality. Step 3, you perform the physical test, like the nose pinch. And step 4, you analyze the result with intense focus. If you skip even one of these steps, the reality check is basically useless. Which brings us to section 4, the mindful secret of critical questioning. I want to shift the tone here for a second, because we're about to uncover the massive plot twist regarding why so many beginners practice this for months and completely fail. I actually want to break the fourth wall with you right now. Wherever you are watching this explainer, I want you to pause. Look around the room you're in. Genuinely ask yourself, are you absolutely 100% sure that you are awake right now? Actually consider it. Does anything around you feel even slightly off? See, the crucial point here is that the physical gesture of pinching your nose has zero magical power on its own. A lot of beginners treat reality checks like they're collecting points in a video game, just doing it mindlessly 50 times a day. If you do that, you will absolutely fail. The magic ingredient is that genuine critical doubt you hopefully just felt a second ago. Doing a physical reality check without actually questioning your reality is literally like brushing your teeth on autopilot while thinking about your grocery list. A mindless physical habit will not transfer to a dream because it does absolutely nothing to activate your prefrontal cortex. The mental pattern of doubt and deep inquiry is what actually wakes you up. You have to genuinely look for evidence that you might be dreaming every single time you do a check. And finally, section 5, building the habit through daily practice. So here is your daily roadmap. You want to aim for about 10 to 20 highly mindful, genuine reality checks a day. Any more than not, and it just becomes mechanical. To remember to do them, use habit stacking. Attach the check to something you already do every day, like walking through a doorway or checking your phone's clock. But you know what the absolute best trigger is? Your own personal dream signs. Keep a dream journal every single morning. Over time, you'll start to notice patterns. Maybe you always dream about your old high school or a specific type of car. Whenever you see anything remotely related to that sign in real life, do a reality check. That is infinitely more powerful than setting random alarms. Now, reality checks become an absolute superpower when you combine them with scientifically backed sleep methods. The two biggest are MILD and WBTB. MILD is simply setting a really strong mental intention to remember you're dreaming right as you fall asleep. WBTB, or Wake Back to Bed, is where things get really effective. It involves deliberately waking yourself up after about 5 hours of sleep, staying awake briefly, maybe read about lucid dreaming for a few minutes, and then going back to sleep. This brilliantly capitalizes on the fact that your longest, most vivid REM stages happen in those final hours of the night. Combine that timing with your new reality check habit, and your chances of achieving lucidity absolutely skyrocket. All right, we've covered the science, the techniques, the mindful secret, and the habits. But before we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final thought. Take a really good, hard look at this screen. Look at your hands. Look at the room around you. Are you absolutely certain this screen is real? Practice testing your reality today, and tonight, you just might wake up in a world where literally anything is possible. Thanks for learning with me today, and hey, sweet lucid dreams.